Okay, I keep losing my feed. Hopefully it'll work this time. Matter of fact, I'm going to pray in a moment and just ask for God's favor and blessing. But I am moving away from the topic of dealing with fools, the 4 types of fools to avoid. And today I was just thinking about the scriptures and thinking prayerfully. I have a pretty full day today, and thinking about, Lord, what could I deal with that would be a nugget of wisdom that could be a help and a blessing to God's people. And one of the things that I think that is a huge challenge, in my opinion, for God's people is being clear on what you are seeking to do and just doing it. Some of you may have heard of the phrase definiteness or definiteness of purpose. The idea of just being not only clear on what you want to do, but being committed to it. And I'm going to seek to make the point today that the area that you and I should continue to strengthen and work on is any area of our life that creates inconsistency, instability, unstableness, and the phrase that you use in the Authorized Version, double-mindedness. And so that's what I'm going to seek to deal with this morning. I want to begin with prayer and asking the Lord to help our time this morning. And Troy should be joining me at some point if I can pull him into this conversation. But before I look at the text I'm going to be looking at is in James chapter 1 that deals with answered prayer, and it uses the phrase that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. And so, again, I'm going to seek to make the case that instability tends to come from us not knowing and being clear on what God would have us to do, or us not being clear. Sometimes, when I deal with God's people and they're in the process of making a decision, I usually ask the question, what would you do if you were not a Christian? And I will illustrate that for you in a moment so you can understand what I'm referring to. If that right now doesn't make sense, all right? So, all right, let me begin this morning with prayer. And again, we're going to deal with inconsistency, instability, double-mindedness, and unstableness, and how this affects every area of our life. And let me begin by giving a little story. I'm tempted, actually, let me begin with prayer. I was going to share something that happened yesterday in a conversation with a gentleman that I had, but he may join this call at some point, and I don't want to, I think it's a pretty good example of what I'm thinking of, but I don't want to make this about him. And so, good morning, Troy. Let me see if I can get you in now.